Miss J, how's everything going? Desiree, Jifkados. My name's Desiree Emerton. I'm going to be teaching today. I know I've had a little problems with Zoom, so I hope you didn't have any problems. It kicked me out several times. Normally I'm on earlier, but I know right now we've got 3 people on, so let's go ahead and start. And Amanda is
Yes.
welcome. Have you been following Mvhayv Barnett and my class, or is this your first time here? Or
It's my first time. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you fine. All right, my name's Desiray. I'm the virtual language teacher. I always tell everybody, at the beginning, I'm not a fluent speaker. I did not start learning our Muskogee language until in my late 40s. So there's things that I don't know, and if I don't know, I'll find out and I'll get back with you. Are you a fluent speaker?
No, I speak not at all, but my grandmother, I remember, knew some words and she would use them, explaining when she was puttering around the garden. But
Right.
now my granddaughter, who is very interested in seeking out and learning more about our Muskogee traditions and everything that we missed out on, because my grandmother was among those who fled to the east during Trail of Tears and removal. She was in the south with the original Creek Nation there, where she was from. And so she disappeared into hiding. So she did not go to Oklahoma with everyone else. She was stolen away and hidden by the farmers that she worked for. They didn't have any daughters, so she was held back. She told her father that she had gone on ahead, and then she remained. There were a few people that stayed, and they just sort of disappeared into the population. And she warned me as a child, don't tell people that you're native, because it was dangerous.
Right.
So that's our history. But she and my auntie would tell me all the time what I should remember from the ancestors. So I'm involved. My son, whose father was part Cherokee, was involved because he came to me very young. As you know, Native women have their children very early, many times, and he came to me when I was 16, 17. So he, with me, remembered some of the old times as relayed by my grandmother and my auntie. But my granddaughter of my son is very, very interested. She's just like, who am I? Who can I? How can I find this for me, my life? And so she's in school. She's just 16 now, the age when I brought my son into the world. And so she's now looking and she's seeking this out. So she can't be here, but she wants to know language. She wants to know the words. And I've shared with her a few that I have, but I am here on her behalf. So you're recording where she can come in and we together can work this and learn this.
Right. Okay. So you're just now starting on your language journey. And okay, so I've got some things this is module 5 that we're doing. We started at module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we've covered the basics in module 1, but I will briefly go over it because you let me know that you're, just starting out. So I'll briefly go over that, and then I'll get back to what we're doing in module 5. And what I like to tell people is even our speakers, who grew up speaking the language, sometimes we have to revisit the sounds and tones. And you hear Mvhayv Barnett talking about sounds and tones. For those of us who learned English first, that's the alphabet, the Muskogee alphabet. So I put on there Muskogee alphabet sounds and tones because you will hear Mvhayv Barnett and some of the other Mvhayvs talking about sounds and tones, which again is our alphabet. All right, so I just welcome. What part of the country are you viewing from? Is it Georgia, Alabama?
No, I'm relocated to Maryland, but we originated in Alabama.
Okay,
right down there by the river.
okay. Did you know your tribal town or or anything about,
Bird Clan,
Bird Clan? Oh,
yes.
Puswa.
Moose, yes.
Puswa.
Puswagi, yes.
Puswalgi, yes. All right. Well, that's good. That's a beginning. As long as you don't forget what your mother or grandmother is told, just write it down and keep it in the history of your family, because that is your connection. Like I was
I
saying,
have the maps. I'm making a folder for my granddaughter and I have maps of everything of where she was born,
right,
where all of our people were. So yes, but they moved from there. My grandmother went with some other natives when she was old enough to leave the farm. She followed other clan members eastward, not
okay,
west.
right,
She
right.
came toward the east.
Okay. All right.
So
Well,
I'm in Maryland. I'm in Accokeek, Maryland.
okay. All right. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
We have people that are from different parts of the country, so it's always nice to see where people are from. We were military, so we've been all over the place, and just in 2020 I came back to Oklahoma and I started my language journey then. I'm Seminole Creek and Choctaw, so I actually started learning Choctaw first, and I have really never grown up around anybody speaking Choctaw. I did take a class at one of the local colleges for Choctaw, and then I found out Muskogee was being offered at College of Muskogee Nation, so I jumped over there. I'm more Seminole and Creek both speak Muskogee, so I'm more, that's more of my language than Choctaw. Just a tiny bit of Choctaw. So that's where I started. So like I said, I'm not a fluent speaker, but I teach what I know and how I learned it, because those of us who learned English first, we only know that direction, like public schools, building on top of everything. So I like to start out singing our songs. I have it broken down and it'll start coming to you. Some people find that singing the songs helps them to speak our language a little bit easier. So I like to start with singing our songs and then getting our palates ready and our minds ready to think and speak Muskogee. All right. So that is our language spoken or sung. I do, like I said, do a lot of singing in here. Well, I try to at least have one song that we sing throughout the week, but let me go ahead and see if I can copy, and let me put this in there for you guys. And I'm just going to paste it on here so you will have the direct link to this song, and it has the singing with it, so it helps you to remember some of the sounds of our Muskogee language. And like I said, let me go ahead and go to the very beginning and just briefly go over the sounds with you, and then I've got new vocabulary words and we'll go over that later, but I will show you briefly on how we've gotten started. Let me go ahead and try to get this. I'm going to paste the Google Drive for this part. in there for you. Okay. So this goes to our Google Drive. The lessons and the Mvhayv Desiray Emerton. This is what I teach. This is how I've taught. So you can see all the modules. I'm actually finished with module 1. I'm going through and editing a lot of the modules because there's some typos. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a good typer, so I do fat finger a lot of things. So I have to go back and edit. So right now it looks like module 1 is complete. So if you go through and you see something, it's normally just finished. So module 1 is finished, and you see on here module 1, week 1, class 1, 6 March is when we started. And that if you sit down and print everything out, I have these different weeks, class 1, so you know where each thing falls and what class it falls into. So you know when you're looking at things, it falls in order. Okay, so like I said, Muskogee practice, sound practice Muskogee alphabet. You hear Mvhayv Barnett, some of the other Mvhayvs talking about sounds. And this is what helped me because we have learned English first for the majority of us. Then I wanted to associate some of the Muskogee sounds with the English word. And then I also put the image there because a lot of us are visual. So if you think about a lot of Native people were visual, we've got like a lot of color. So I try to incorporate that as well. So you got letter A, ah, like in Oklahoma. You got the image there. You got the ah. So that's the sound for the A. And then C is chi, like in cheese, G, ah, G. You've got the short E. It's got the I sound like hit or it, I. So you got ah, chi, I. You got your long E sound like in eat or feet, E, ah, chi, I. You got your fee sound like in feast, and I got a picture of feast. So we've got ah, chi, I, fee. You got your H sound like in heat, heat. So I got a picture of a bonfire with the heat. So you've got ah, chi, I, fee, he. You've got your I, which is the A sound in Muskogee, A like in hay. So that one throws a lot of people who are learning. So it's not the I or anything like it's A sound. And one of the things I like to tell people is there are so many different dialects, so many different sounds in the Muskogee language that some other people may say things differently, but this is how we're teaching here. So if you hear somebody saying it a little differently, it's not wrong. It's just not how we're teaching at this time. So ah, chi, I, fee, he, A. All right, you got your K sound. It's just ki, gi sound, ki, gi. Depending on who you're listening to, it sounds more like the K or the gi sound, ki, gi. So I put the key here to remind us key sound, but sometimes, like I said, you hear our speakers say gi sound. Lee, like in leader, I put an image there. So ki, lee. The M is me sound, and I put a picture of me. Ki, lee, me. N is got the knee sound like me. Ki, lee, me, knee. The O has the oh sound like school. Oh. That's why I got a picture of school. So it's ki, li, me, ni, oh. The P has the PB sound, like a B. You hear some of the speakers say more of the P sound, but the speakers here say more of the B sound, like B. But it's if you say the word the letter B, P, it's kind of got the B sound anyway. But sometimes you hear more of the P sound, more of the B sound. So I put B there, like Benoit, that's turkey. All right. And then R has got the flea or the thee sound, like athlete or the. So that one throws a lot of people too. The R and not the. It doesn't say English R, and it doesn't say the Spanish R. There's no twirling of the tongues. It's the or flee. All right. C has got the C sound. C. So let's go ahead. Gi, li, mi, ni, oh, be, the or flee. C, D. T's got the TD sound. You hear some people say more of the T sound and some people say more of the D sound. Our speakers here, our Mvhayvs, our teachers, they say more of a D sound, like deer. So I've got a picture of deer. The U is the oo sound, like in shoe, oo. So D, oo. The V has the sound, like under, D, oo, The W has the we sound, like in we, and I've got a picture of a lot of people, we. So we've got D, oo, we. And then the Y has the ye sound, like in you. Ye. So D, oo, we, ye. So you can see the difference in the Muskogee sounds alphabet than in the English sounds. All right, do you have any questions? Okay, so this is in the Google Drive in Module 1, so it's out there. Feel free to come back and visit that when you have a chance. So let's see. Let me go over this briefly. So there's 20 letters in the Muskogee alphabet. Unlike English, the Muskogee alphabet does not have B, B, G, J, Q, X, or Z. Many Muskogee words contain the letter V, which is the sound. There are two E sounds in the Muskogee alphabet. There's a short E, and the long E, E. The Muskogee letters most commonly confused when pronouncing them are E, A, flee, oo. So you got chi, I, E, Fi, He, A, Gi, Li, Mi, Ni, Oh, Be, flee or thee, see, the, oo, we, ye. All right, so that's briefly our Muskogee sounds and Muskogee alphabet. Like I said, I put this in Module 1, Week 1. Let's see, I think I'm trying to show you some things that help make it a little bit easier. That's not it. Trying to remember where things are. It's been a little while since I revisited this one. All right, no. Just bear with me here. Let's see, week 2. Okay, so we went from the English alphabet, and I think this is the full alphabet of the Muskogee. No, this is part of it. Okay, so you've got your A, and this is what you see a lot of our Mvhayvs start out with A or a futchki. And one of the things when I was learning, I didn't know what a futchki means. So I put over here happy English. So when I speak or when I teach, I like to show you guys what you're saying and spell it out so you know what you're saying. So you're not just taking my word for it, that I'm teaching you, the word for happy. So a futchki, if you look at a futchki from the sounds that we just did, you spell it in Muskogee sounds, and that's why I have it up there, sounds plus dash alphabet. B, G, Ki, E, a futchki. Those are Muskogee sounds for a futchki. So if you hear one of the Mvhayvs say, spell it out in the sounds, they're talking about the alphabet, the Muskogee alphabet. So English phonetics, the way, if you lose the sound, The way you say it is fudgeki, fudgeki. That's why I put that there as well. It helps us come from English slowly stepping into Muskogee, and you see it means happy. Let me see. Right here, Igana, so that's one of the E's. The one up here is Ido. It's got the short sound, Ido. E-D-O, Ido. So if one of the Mvhayv says, spell it out in Muskogee sounds, you go, oh, E-D-O, E-D-O. So it's got that short sound, it says Ido. For English phonetics, English word is tree. Then you got your long sound for the E, Igana. You spell it out E-E-N-E-A, Igana. And you see the English phonetics, Igana, and it means earth. So these are out here for you to look at, to see how we spell things out. If I can, week 1 class. Okay, class 2, I think this is it. So with the sounds, we have 2-letter and 3-letter syllables. So let me go ahead and show you this quickly because it does help some people and it helps me when I'm trying to learn something to put it to music. You know the alphabet song for English. Here's the one for the Muskogee. So when you're out and about, try to get that stuck in your head. That's what I tell people all the time. You're driving around, get that stuck in your head. All right, and that helps capture your sounds. Here's the rest of the Muskogee words. You've got N-O-P, so you've got ninny, and that means road. Ni, I, ni, e, ninny. All right, and then English phonetics, ni, road. So these are the rest of the alphabets. That's why it has week 1 words too, because I split it up because a lot of the times when we're learning a new language, it becomes so overwhelming. and believe me, I know exactly what you guys are going through because I learned a lot of my Muskogee through the colleges, College of Muskogee Nation and another college. So you get to the point in 1 hour where you're like, dang, I can't think anymore. I can't hold anything in there. So that's why I broke it down a little bit easier. So just a little bit here, a little bit next time. This is what I was talking about, Benoit. Benoit. It's you spell it out Muskogee sounds, B-I-N-I-W-A, Benoit. That English phonetics, that's how these speakers speak. Benoit means turkey. So a lot of these are here, and this is the rest of the alphabet, like I said. So you know, I gave you the link. You can go in there and you can, look at it a little bit closer. This is the 2-letter syllables. Come on. Okay, there we go. One screen is cranky. She's been cranky all morning, so it's not a good day for her, but she's doing okay now. So when I talk about the 2-letter syllables, we're looking at a Muskogee word. There's 2 and 3-letter syllables, and sometimes there's 1 letter, that 1 letter, how to sound 1 letter out. But when you place these together, sometimes they create a different sound. So like this, cha, je, chi, j, cho, chu, ja. Ha, he, he, hey, ho, hu, ha. And I have yet to put this to with a Mvhayv to speak it. We did have it on Facebook, but somehow it got lost. You know how things happen on computers. But these are the 2-letter syllables. So all of these 2-letter syllables, you've got the the I, the E, the A sound, the O, U, and it's combined with a letter like fa, fi, fi, fe, fo, fu, fa. So it's combined with different letters, but these are the the vowels of the Muskogee language. And it has different sounds with each one of these. All right, so we went from 2-letter to 3-letter, and this helps you understand what I'm talking about. So the Muskogee sounds like me, ah. So me, ah is the M sound and the ah sound. Me, ah, me, I, me, e, me, a, me, o, me, u, me, So that's how you get those 2-letter sounds. All right. And here goes e, ah, e, I, e, 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 a, e, o, e, u, e, So this goes ma, me, me, may, mo, mu, ma. See. Tha, thi, thi, they, tho, thu, the. And that, doing all of these practices helps your mouth get used to speaking Muskogee, saying Muskogee, sounding it out. And that's why you hear Mvhayvs go back and refer back to our syllables, our syllable practices. Okay. All right. So. All right, so we have 3-letter syllables somewhere, and I'm not sure. Here it is. Okay, yay! 3-letter syllables. And it's just adding on to what we've already learned about our alphabet, the sounds. It's just combining them. So a lot of the 2- and the 3-letter syllables sounds, you'll find it in the Muskogee words, and it helps you to sound things out. And once you get more proficient at saying these sounds, Muskogee and learning to speak and read Muskogee is going to become a lot easier. So remember, we're doing the ah. And one of the things that I tell everybody is I like to put the 2 E sounds in there because our mouths need to practice. And some Mvhayvs only use 1 E sound, but that's okay. I'm more of a beginner, so it helps me to practice each little part of Muskogee. So I put it in there. So when you see another Mvhayv and they don't have 2 E's, that's why. I'm more of, I need steps. I need to go by step. Sock, sick, seek, sek, sok, suk, suck. Mas, miss, mis, mace, mos, moose, mus. All right, so you see our 3-letter sounds. I will find one of the Mvhayvs and I will have them record it and I will put that out there again. So you would have access to sounding out what you're trying to say, and you'll be able to catch up a little faster when you can hear it, practice it together with the sounds. All right, so that was our alphabet pretty much in a nutshell. And like I said, that's module 1. We started out with sounds. Module 2, we were conjugating. You can see a lot of different languages have conjugations. So we had learned how to conjugate in this one as well. Let's see if I can conjugating. I can't even extend that. I don't remember. We've been doing so many things, but you can see the different conjugations on the modules, and it shows you a template on how we get from one place to another. And let me see if I can find one for you. Okay, let's see, probably week 6. All right, I know this looks a little daunting and a little scary, but that's okay. Just review everything that is in the module, and you would catch up pretty fast. Let's see if I can find the I do have templates in here. So when you guys are learning to conjugate, there are templates in here. And okay, here's a step-by-step template. So when I'm talking about conjugation, I'm talking about going from like hombida, which is to eat. And there are infinitive verbs in here to practice with and to conjugate. So you can put to eat. Let's see if I can show you quickly one of them. And, okay, so hombida, To eat. And like I tell everybody, I love the word humbada, to eat. People ask me if I'm a good cook, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm a good cook. I like my cooking, and I'm not thin, so I think I'm an okay cooker. But humbada, to eat, I have it right here. How you go step by step. So humbada, and this should be to eat. Like I said, I've been going through and editing to eat. And we're doing this on third person. I show you how to do the first person. I show you how to do second person. And then this one that I'm showing you right now is third person. And there are different rules. The rules are in each module. And like I said, each module has their own template. So you drop that down because you, right here, you take off your ETV right there, home. So you see that this is also, some people also called it the root. So that's a verb stem. And that's the beginning of our conjugation. No L grading. L grading was in module 1. And then right here, add the person marker, no person marker, she, he, it, or they. So in third person, there's no person marker. So drop it all down. And then for third person, this is how it would look. And the reason why I put this right here is that was my placeholder on how I know which step I'm on. So this is your person marker. If you were doing, I am eating, this would be your person marker for first person. And this is second person, ETSK. All right, first person, second person, third person. All right. Add your person marker inside of these parentheses. Like I said, there's nothing there, but inside of these parentheses means she, he, they, or it. No, like I said, this is confusing, but that's okay. Hang in there with me and it'll start making sense. The more you, the more you learn, or the more you attend some of these classes, it'll make sense. I know it's scary. Like I said, I've been there exactly where you are. And I told my husband sometimes I come home after class, because we've had 1 hour classes every day, Monday through Friday. I'd come home and I was like, I have no idea what I just learned. So like I said, this is third person. So drop it down, HOMP. HOMP, add your negation. Well, this one we're adding negation. Okay, negation. Well, negation, goal or ego. That's why I put it here, goal or ego. This right here determines whether you're going to add a vowel or whether you're going to add KO. Since this part right here is not a vowel, we're going to add a vowel. So we're going to add EKO. If this right here was a vowel, then we would not add a vowel. We don't create diphthongs when we conjugate. So if there's a vowel, don't add a vowel. But if there's no vowel, you add your EKO. So we add EKO. And then EKO. See, like I said, drop it down. You add your T, which is the subject marker. And you just drop it all down. T. And then add os, which means MR is. All right. So right here, this is where your parentheses would be. Right here. So you see it right here. Okay. And then your person marker, third person. Then we're adding EKO. TOS. Like I said, I know this is confusing, but when you go back and you revisit what we did in module 1, 2, 3, and 4, it'll make sense. I'm not as tall as some of the other Mvhayvs, so I have to bring everything down. All right. That's okay. I like being the height I am, because I can get pretty sneaky if I need to. Everybody's like, do you wish you were taller? And I was like, not really. Okay. Verb stem. That's why it's all in red, verb stem. Person marker, no person marker. No person marker means third person. And since this right here is not a vowel, we add a vowel, E-K-O, right here, E-K-O. You add your T, which is your subject marker, T, and you add your os, which it means am, are, is. So, homp, and then, like I said, this would be the person marker. There's nothing there. So it is going to look HOMPEKOTOS. So this is your conjugated Muskogee word. Hombekodos, hombekodos, hombekodos. You are not eating. Not you. She is not, because this is third person. She is not eating. He is not eating. It is not eating, and they are not eating. So remember, in these parentheses that are placeholders, you've got she, he, it, or they. So this conjugation right here, third person, and it can mean she is not eating, it is not eating, they are not eating, it is not eating. Third person. All right. And third person is the only one that you can really choose from, because you already have the person marker for first person and second person. Third person is the only one that holds the she, he, it, or they. All right. I know, like I said, I know it's a little confusing, but these are there. These templates are there. We have different infinitives, so you can go ahead and conjugate any infinitive verb just by doing these steps. Remember right here, EKO, the only reason you put a vowel is if it does not have a vowel. If it has a vowel, you don't put a vowel there. All right. So that's quickly how we conjugate, and this is how we conjugated for module, let's see, module 2. And then there's different conjugations for module 3, module 4, and now we're in module 5, where right now we haven't started any new conjugations. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I know that's a lot. Like I said, just go through and look at some of the things and review. For those of us who have been here for a while, let me go ahead and begin module 5. And we are in week 2. Class 2. And here are our new vocabulary. I like to be heavy in vocabulary because we can't speak to each other and we can't have a conversation if you don't know what you're talking about in Muskogee. We have in the previous modules, we have vocabulary words. And what I like to do is I like to show you the vocabulary words, go over the vocabulary words, and then I have it put to a PowerPoint. So when I speak, you can hear how I'm speaking. I know it sounds a little choppy because I'm still learning, but I have the speakers speaking. When we hit the PowerPoint, you can hear the speakers. So like I said, tell people all the time, 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, you know, whenever you have time, sit there and put one of these on and listen to it, you know, and then just practice, practice, practice. All right, abuiga, domestic animals. Number 1 is pozi. Pozi, with the B sound, remember the PB, pozi, hat. You hear some people say pozi, but like I said, I'm not going to tell anybody they're wrong. If that's how you were, you know, taught, speak that way. Pozi, hat. That's how our speakers here speak it. I grew up saying pozi, but again, I am Seminole and Creek, and I don't know if that's a Seminole sound or version of Muskogee, I don't know, but I grew up saying Poshi. But this one's Posy, cat. Number 2, Iva, dog. I hear people say Eva, but I learned it Iva, and I hear the speaker say Iva. It's the short E sound, Iva, dog. Like I said, people say Eva, I know what they're talking about, I just kind of smile. You know, that's not how I say it, but I'm not gonna tell them they're wrong. Uswa, bird. Uswa, bird. So remember it's not Uswa, Uswa, bird. Some people kind of hold on to that sound, but just holding on to some of these sounds can make it a different word. Uswa, bird. Chissy, mouse. I learned through education, chissy, mouse. Our family personally says chishy. And like I said, I don't know if that's the Seminole word for mouse, because they also speak Muskogee, but just a little different. But chissy, chishy, you know, as long as we know what we're talking about. Pujo, pujo, duck, pujo. Waga, cow, waga. And you hear, or you see sometimes it's spelled a little different. Sometimes people spell it W-A-K-A, waga or waga. So you got the ah at the end for an A, or waga for cow. Depending on how you spell it, I've seen it both ways. Taco for horse. Taco. Remember the R's got the taco, horse. Sukha for pig. Sukha. All right. And Dotolozi or Dolozis, chicken. I heard Dotolozis like the old way to say it. And a lot of people say Dolozi, and a lot of people say Dotolozi. Either one, chicken. You know, if somebody says, hey, we're gonna have Dotolozi or Dolozi, you know they're talking about chicken. All right, so now that you've heard me say it, let me go ahead and put the speaker on and tell me if you can't hear it, because sometimes one screen is a little cranky.
Domestic animals, aboika, bosi, cat, iva, dog, bushwa, bird, jissy, mouse, fudjo, duck, waga, cow, thako, horse, shukha, pig, dolosi, dotolosi, chicken.
Right. See, those are the sounds that we're striving for when we speak the Muskogee language. Oh, I knew it was going to do that. I knew it was going to do. Anybody have any questions? Okay. I'm trying to bring my screen back up.
So I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so how do I get into this to go back and review all these modules?
Okay, at the beginning, I gave everybody the link. Let me go ahead and give it to you again.
Thank you.
Ooh. All right, let's see. Come on. There we go. And this should be all of my words, the Google link.
Where is that link?
Okay, hold on, I'm looking for my, there it is. My chat disappeared. Okay. All right. That should be the link.
That HTTPS one?
Yes, that's the link.
Okay, I'm trying to click on it to see if I can make it do something for me. Save it somehow.
If it's not working, you might need to type it in. How I do it, and my kids tell me I'm old school, but I get my phone, screenshot it so I can save it for later.
Oh, good idea. Let me do that right now.
Yeah, once we get out of here, the chat is going to disappear as well. All right. Like I said, they call me old school, but hey, it works. And that's how I keep things, you know. So just type it in HTTPS, and if you have any problems or have any questions, just call the Muskogee Language Program, the main number, and they can get the links to you.
Thank
If
you.
it for some reason it's not working, you're welcome. All right, so these are the non-domestic animals, and you see some people call it the wild animals. I put it non-domestic because that's what was in the literature I was looking at. All right, so Banada, non-domestic animals, and then again, I heard people say wild animals. And I put, you see some of them, I put two different spellings because in the dictionary, it depends on what dictionary you look at. Sometimes it's one or the other. And I just want you to know that there's more than one way to spell things. Istibaba or Stibaba is lion. Istibaba is more of the old way of saying it, and Stibaba is more of the new way of saying it. Isti is person, Baba is, I thought it was eater, man eater, it means man eater. So Istibaba or Stibaba is lion, gotcha, or gotcha is tiger. I spell it the second way, because I'm Tiger Clan, gotcha, Ogi. So gotcha, tiger. In Florida, gotcha is Panther Clan. So Tiger Panther, you can put Tiger Panther. Okay, Wutko Esti is monkey. Loja or Loja. Turtle, there's two ways that I've seen people spell it, Loja, the ah sound, or Loja, Loja, Loja. That's the difference in the last word, the last letter, or Turtle, Yabalawagi, elephant, Yabalawagi, Chitto. It has two E's, so you go Chitto. So you hear both of the T's on there, Chitto, snake. I've seen some people, or I've seen in literature where it's CITTO, but that remember our E makes the short I sound, like hit. All right, Lamhi, eagle. Lamhi, Olbara, alligator. Jofi, rabbit. Ijo, deer. Itho, squirrel. Nokozi, bear. Wutko, raccoon. Yappa, wolf. All right, so those are our new words that we are going to use for
This
module.
meeting is being recorded.
All right, so does anybody have any questions? All right, let's go ahead and hear how the speaker says it.
Istibaba, Stibaba, lion. Gotcha, tiger. Wutko Isti, monkey. Loja, turtle. Yobolowagi, elephant. Chitto, snake. Lamhi, eagle. Hulbada, alligator. Juffy, rabbit. Ijo, deer. Itho, squirrel. Nugoshi, bear. Wutko, raccoon. Yaha, wolf.
All right, see, so I put all of this out there and it's on the Google Drive. So if you have any questions, whatever time of day, you can log on to our Google Drive. You can hear the words. If you lose the sound of anything, it's out there on the PowerPoint. All right, and like I said, for number 4, Loja, that's the first one, Loja. So you got the or the sound at the end. So that's the difference in the and the And I just keep reinforcing that because I know, like I said, there are some times when things are spelled different and the and the are interchanged at times. Like the word, like you're welcome, Inga. You hear the and sometimes you see Inga. And it's spelled, one of them spelled with the A and one of them is spelled with the V. Let me see if I can show you quickly what that means. So it's Inga. This is Or Inga. See, either way is good. I've seen it spelled both ways in the dictionary, in different dictionaries. So remember, this is the ah sound, this is the sound. All right. Inga, Inga. That's the only difference right here in Loja. On Loja. Right. Like I said, either way is good. But sometimes you'll come across somebody say, and I've had this happen to me before, they come across and they say, hey, you spelled that wrong, or you said it wrong. And I tell them thank you, and I just tell them that's how I learned it. And the speakers, I'm learning from them every day. So a lot of things that are in our dictionaries may not line up with how our first speakers speak. You know, so I can't tell anybody that they're wrong or they're right, but I'm just saying these are some of the ways that we've seen it written and spoken. All right, so we're coming close to the end of our class. Does anybody have any questions? All right, so there's times when I'm thinking about something or somebody asks a question about a certain way to pronounce some things, and I like to go in there and I like to make a video so you can see what's going on. You can actually visually see and you can hear, you know, how to pronounce it. So here in the local area here in Okmulgee, you see the cranes flying by, and there's different word for crane, blue crane and white crane. So I'm just gonna show you guys these 3 videos, and it's just our speaker speaking it. But in the Seminole culture, the cranes are spiritual, sacred. So I thought it would be nice to know how to say it in our language, Muskogee language, Mado, and then just say whatever it is. I've told people before, when you're using your language, just go outside and use your words like Ido, Mado, Ido, tree. Thank you, tree. You know, let's see, Mado, Bahi. Thank you, grass. You know, Mado, Igana. Thank you, earth. You know, just little things like that that'll help Muskogee stay in your mind. And, you know, when you teach your little ones, it's funny because when you teach your little ones, they remember these things and they help you learn. My grandchild will sit in the back and she goes, Automie, Hutke, it's car white. Automie, Lusty, car black. Automie, Jotty, car red. And she goes through, Ido, tree. And she goes, she sees the birds, Puswa. So she's learning, she's helping me to remember. So, you know, teach it to your little ones, teach it to anybody you can, and they'll remember, and they'll help you to remember as well. All right, here we go.
Akajoka, crane.
Like I said, these are out there in the Google Drive. So you can, if you lose the sound of it, then they're out there. Okay, let's see.
Bushhadka, white crane.
Bushhadka. So you see, FUS is part of Pushpa, Bushhadka. Hudka is part of Hudki. So Fushwa, Hudki would be the whole thing, but a lot of our speakers, and I'm still learning this too on when to cut things off. I don't know, so I can't teach you that. And the entire thing would be Fushwa, Hudki, but it's Fush, Hudka. All right. All right, and I have one more, and I'm not sure it made it on here. Give me this a bit. It didn't make it on here. All right. Like I said, sometimes Google Drive, it shows good on my computer, my laptop, but it doesn't quite make it into Google Drive. So anyway, it was blue crane, Wutkosako. All right. Looks like we've covered everything that I had. I have some sentences I will share with you guys next week, and it's covering these new words that we have. It's covering old words too, because we've learned our our numbers. So I'm gonna throw numbers in there and colors. We learned our colors. I'm gonna throw colors in there. And we're gonna make sentences. We're gonna add on to the sentences because our sentence structure is subject, object, verb. I will put that more in a PowerPoint or some presentation, so it'll help us remember. Does anybody have any questions? These are our new, like I said, these are our new words. They're on the Google Drive. You, like I said, if you have time, you just want to go review the sounds, just jump in there and listen to them. All right, well, it looks like we've got everything. And Amanda, thank you. Thank you for coming. It was nice to have you. And Jimmy, thank you. Anthony, thank you. Should I say Mado? Mado, Thor, Mado. So everybody, Mado, for coming, because I know this is taking time out of your day to learn our language. And all I keep saying is keep going, keep going, keep going. Even if you need to step back for a couple days, jump back in later on. All right, Mado, and I will see you guys. If you guys, Friday evening, I have a in-person hybrid class that's on Zoom. It's a different number and a different link. It should be on the flyer. If not, then I will see you Monday. All right, Mado.
So,
Hadam, please.